Welcome to Get Savvy, the podcast for people who want to claim back their time through the power of delegation, productivity, and automation. You may have seen our podcast episode title this week, and our answer is there isn't one.
There is no one perfect tool. Trust me, I have tried to search for this tool. I have used tools that do call themselves the all-in-one tool. The problem is the all-in-one tools have a lot of different features in there. And because they're not focused or specialized in one specific feature, they kind of do a good job of all the features, but not a great job. It's one of the reasons why in 13 years of Strictly Savvy, we have used the same time tracking tool the entire time, even though other tools that we use do time tracking as well. It is just far superior in Harvest. And the reporting is better. Everything about it is better because that's all they do, just time tracking. And so they have mastered time tracking in that tool. So if you are trying to look for the unicorn tool because you're like, I just want to have one tool that I just have one subscription and then it does everything. There are tools out there who are promising that, and that you can ditch all of your other tools and just have this one. I would be just a bit dubious about that because it's not possible for them to do a really good job of all those aspects.
Yes. So if you've been hesitating and waiting for that one tool, then this episode is for you.
But I'll do that when I find the perfect tool or when the perfect tool comes on the market.
Yeah. Sorry to break that news to you. Especially with AI coming out and AI being integrated into so many of the tools now, we're getting even more promises that every tool is the new best tool. And there are so many, just if you're trying to look for anything and you Google XYZ tool, there are a bunch that will show up that will tell you they can do this, and then you're kind of like, well, what actually is this platform as well? It gets very confusing. So, yes.
Yeah.
We don't recommend that. It sounds ideal, but what they're promising is not reality, or it's not going to be the way that you thought it would be.
Yeah. Okay, and then this is why a one-size tool it isn't going to fit, because every business in an industry, every business is different, right? It's like that's not quite true, and I'll explain how and why. But there's lots of different industries, there's lots of different ways that people provide their services, there's lots of different business models, there's people selling physical products, there's people selling services, there's all sorts of different ways to run your business in different industries and aspects of how you run a business. Most businesses fundamentally are the same, they're selling products or services, and but it's sometimes finding a tool that has really specialized in your industry. Job management tools, for example, for tradies. This is a perfect example of why you go with a specialist tradie job management tool, because they know how tradie businesses work, and tradie businesses all run very similarly and need the same features and things that have been thought about when creating that tool. So businesses are all completely different. How can you expect a tool to be the one size fits all for every single business? Just not possible.
Yeah. The truth is that some tools are going to be amazing as CRMs, and other tools are going to be amazing at file storage or financials or task management. You might get lucky and you might find some tools that maybe have two of those combined into one. But that unicorn tool with all of those things is not a reality. So instead of hunting for that one perfect tool, what you actually need is what we like to call an app stack. So it's like a toolkit of all of these tools that work perfectly together.
Yeah. And support your way of working. So for us, having an agency means that we need a really good time tracking tool, but then we also need a really good task management tool. And we haven't found one that does both of those things really well. So we still have separate tools, but they talk to each other. We've set up automations or use Zapier or whatever, and the inbuilt automations to make them talk to each other and flow together.
Yeah. So we will tell you what our app stack looks like at Strictly Savvy. So we use teamwork.com for both our task management. It has a task management side of things, and we also use it for an internal chat tool. So we do have a tool there that does a couple of different things.
Side note, we're just going a little side quest here. The chat tool that we use in our task management system is actually very inferior to something like Slack, which is specifically built as a chat tool. But we have compromised because it's good enough for what we need.
Yeah, but yes, RIP to the Slack days. I do miss them.
Yeah.
But yes, Teamwork is good enough. It still gives us channels and groups and the ability to tag and create tasks from chats and things that we actually need to do. So that one, and this is something that you will need to think about as a business owner, is what are your priorities? Because there are so many amazing tools and they all come with a price point as well. So there will be some that you have to make sacrifices on, like Slack, I suppose.
Yeah. Next one we have is Harvest, which we've talked about a lot. This is for our time tracking. It's just superior to all the others. I've tried them all.
Yeah. There are a few free ones out there as well, but
Harvest, I mean, if you're just starting out, right, and it's just you could use free versions of time tracking tools and other ones. But because we have 25 team members now, and like this is how our business runs, it's built on time tracking, we had to have the best tool possible.
Yeah, absolutely. We use Xero for our accounting.
LastPass for secure password sharing. But there are others that are equally as superior in terms of password management. It's just that we've used that one and we've used it for a long time, so we're stuck with it. But there are others that are great too.
We use SharePoint and Dropbox for file storage because we have SharePoint. We have Office 365 for our emails and calendars, so we also use SharePoint.
Yeah, mostly for our internal files. But then what we found is that Dropbox, it's really easy for people to share share files with us, because a lot of people do have Dropbox, and it doesn't matter if you have a Google account or an Office 365 account. Like, it's just, you can have Dropbox regardless. And so we just found that actually we needed that one as an extra option rather than just using SharePoint, just removing barriers when we're sharing things out with clients and clients are sharing with us.
We use Juicy CRM / Go High Level for our CRM. So this is client management, lead tracking, automated bookings, and follow-ups and marketing emails as well. So that tool does a few things for us. Yeah,
the reason why we say / I think it's called High Level now, not Go High Level.
Maybe.
I think. Don't quote me on that. But Juicy CRM, we decided to go with Juicy because we wanted something that was kind of like pre-built for what we need it for. It is, the software that's in behind it is high level, but Juicy CRM has done a great job of branding it and making it the kind of the style and what we need it to be able to do.
Yeah. And we use Zapier to make everything talk to each other.
I mean, it would be great if Teamwork, Harvest, Xero, LastPass, SharePoint, Dropbox, and Juicy CRM all talk to each other naturally.
Yeah.
But
some of them do, but not all of them. So, And in our last episode, we talked about some automated workflows and how that works. And so this is how we do things like our client onboarding process, having all of these tools be able to talk to each other through something like Zapier.
Yeah. So, and when we say talk to each other, it means like if something happens in Harvest, please then do something in Teamwork. Now we need Zapier that's in the middle of that talks to Harvest, and then it talks to Teamwork and makes that kind of zap or that flow, that workflow happen.
Yeah. So that's what we're recommending, because the unicorn tool, like we're saying, we're very sorry, but it doesn't exist. We would recommend instead that you look at connecting the tools that you do have together and making them work for you and be able to perform those workflows that you need them to do. Yeah. So that is how you do that. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. So you don't need a developer in order to do this, you can absolutely ask someone like a virtual assistant for some help setting this up. But you don't need a developer. There are tools like Zapier and like Make where you can do these things yourself.
Okay. So we want you to be able to integrate the tools that you have, right? And that just means we want to be able to connect them so they can talk to each other. Just talked about that a little bit before. So the first kind of option that you have in integrating tools, getting them to do things to each other, is for you to do that natively. And that means inside the tool. So for example, Xero and Stripe can be integrated together so that when you send an invoice, you could have someone pay with their debit card or their credit card via Stripe, and it automatically is doing that through Xero. So those two things are integrated. MailChimp and Calendly, these tools talk to each other as well. What's the integration that they can do? Do you know?
So it could be like that you have a booking in Calendly and then that person goes into your MailChimp and then they get a sequence of emails.
Yeah,
so
nice.
You can do things like that.
Cool. So that's the built-in integration option where you don't need anything else to run that. It just, you can set that up inside the tool.
Yeah, you just click a little connect button and sign into your account and then, then they're friends.
Friendly friends.
The other option, like we said, that you can do if you do have tools that don't talk to each other, so we would recommend exploring that option first and seeing what tools can integrate, especially if you don't have certain tools yet. Like if you don't have a CRM yet and you do have some other existing tools, maybe look at what those tools link in with. Be a good starting point. But anyways, if you've done that step, the other thing that you can do is use something like Zapier or Make, and those tools are specifically built to automate workflows between apps and connect apps that don't necessarily talk to each other. Or maybe they do talk to each other, but they don't have the options that you want for workflows and automations. So it gives you a lot more flexibility with what you can set up and do.
Yeah. Okay, some examples, Teesha.
All right, so an example could be a new client books a meeting or a service, then they automatically get created a client folder, and then they also automatically get sent a welcome email.
Amazing. Another one could be that someone submits a form, that gets the details get added into the CRM, it triggers some tasks then to happen and sends a confirmation to that person for whatever the form is related to.
Yeah, so even though those tools aren't one tool, it's seamless and streamlined, and so the person that your client that's experiencing this is like, okay, cool, awesome, like that they have no idea that it's multiple different tools that are that are friends in the background. So when choosing tools, we want you to ask yourself a few things. Does this solve one of my core pain points? Can it integrate with the other tools I already have? Is it intuitive for my team, or is it going to be really hard to learn? And does it actually improve efficiency, or does it just add another layer? Is it just another tool?
There has to be some kind of return from using the tool. Time, energy, money. There has to be a return. Yeah.
And because, some of those tools are going to overlap. So, this is some, start with the must-haves, start with those questions. Don't build your business around one shiny unicorn tool that doesn't exist. And if you're not sure how to set up these systems, how to streamline things, then we would love to help you out. You can head over to strictlysavvy.co.nz and book a call with us. And don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the Get Savvy podcast.